Tell you that I changed, I just elevated. Past niggas, the circle small but filled with people that will last. And I'm far from perfect, but I ain't too far from being great. 25 years of living, know I had to make mistakes. You ain't heard leeching, better watch the way you give a plate. We eating steaks and you can't get that to no fucking...
Hey,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
we here.
Our second episode, and we're going to pop this one off by telling y'all right now, I need you to like,
What else?
I need them to subscribe,
What else?
I need them to comment,
She.
and Chuck, I didn't write the book.
We just read it.
We just read what's in the mother. I can't
Don't
even
make
finish
the
the word. We read what's in the mother. Beep. You feel me? We need y'all to do that right now. That'll be big. That's huge. We need that really every time.
Yeah, fact.
I had forgot to tell y'all last time. Well, I told y'all, but it was like after an hour of speaking. So
we gotta let you know at the beginning what's going on.
We're gonna pop this one off with that type of advice. But we in the month of what? June?
Yes, sir.
What's that? We halfway through the year now?
Yeah. 6 months in.
How you feeling about the year so far, Chuck?
Talk
to me.
It's got its ups and downs so far.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. For me personally, it's been more positive than negative so far. Of course, everybody go through their own things, you know what I'm saying? Like, as we recording this 2 days ago, I got a flat tire, and I ain't even put the spare on yet.
Thugging it.
But we thriving, you know what I'm saying?
Thugging it.
I had to drive my sister shit here. But I'll let y'all know that's a 10K exclusive.
Yeah.
Because do whatever it do.
We bring y'all inside.
I'm give you the real.
Give you the real.
Give you the real. I'm a real human at the end of the day. This ain't no, you know what I'm saying?
You're not 10K, he's Charles.
Yeah.
You feel me?
I ain't even think you gonna say that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's Charles.
But yeah, the year it's good so far, bro. I can't complain for real.
First real year into this like adulthood shit.
Facts.
Like
definitely.
first real full blown from start to finish type year.
I got my first real job, salary job with benefits this year. I'm excited about that for sure.
Right.
I feel like I can say for me personally, this year so far has been just like a real deal foundation setter.
Right.
So far.
It's like your feet and ankles and shit.
Yeah, like.
Yeah. So like next year gonna be the shins, the knees.
Blocks. Yeah.
Year after that it's gonna be the thighs, hips, stomach. You know, then we're gonna build the whole body. Once you get to the top, then you at the top, you feel me? So
Perhaps.
So all right, I'm gonna ask you one last thing. Scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate so far this year?
I give it a 7.
7?
All things considered. Things could be better, but things could definitely be worse. But
100%.
I'm grateful.
I'm along the same lines, bro. I think that life is like being an adult and have real responsibilities is a little different.
Yeah.
Work shit.
Yeah.
Like job. Like they're not playing. They're not lying about like when school over with. Cause I mean, well, I'm in school for my master's, but once you out of undergrad, like that's
The feeling, the same feeling in
is
school
gone.
is different.
Like,
Yeah,
I don't
for sure.
feel like I'm in school. I just feel like I got shit due.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm
Yeah.
on it. You know what I'm saying?
It's really like an extension of work, especially because like for you getting your new master's for your job.
Yeah, for my job, and
So
I'm
it's like,
already
I feel like
and
an
I'm already
extension of
doing
work.
it exactly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, other than that, bro, like I said, I be so busy. Like I work 2 jobs in school, so I don't really have time for a lot of extra. And this, like, if it's not our 2 jobs, if it's not my jobs, school or this, like, I haven't really been putting a lot of energy or like what's the word for it? Like a lot of my time or like care into it.
Yeah.
Like you said, I mean, you said it perfectly. A foundation year.
Yeah, exactly.
It's definitely
like,
been a foundation.
Even like for the podcast, like we started last summer, so we got a full year basically.
Yeah, about August.
We started in August, so we almost hit a full year since we started. But even still, like
Into August.
part of the talks we had with this was to have the visuals with it, and you know what I'm saying, on top of the audio.
Yeah,
so
we done finally got there.
now we got the foundation of this going. You know what I'm saying? So I think.
And this has been going well too. Shout out to y'all.
Appreciate y'all for.
Shout out to y'all
tuning
for
in so
sure.
far.
Shout out to y'all for sure. This
I
been
know
going
y'all
really
been waiting
well.
on it, and
We
I
done touched a
appreciate y'all
couple
tapping
different
in.
countries, some Negroes,
Facts.
some little Negroes from. He from the Swats, Atlanta, and I live on the South Side. So,
Thanks.
you feel me? But like we said, this month is June.
Yeah.
So we got to talk about the men's mental health awareness. We had a conversation before this podcast started today.
It gets overshadowed.
It's not only is it overshadowed, he made a great point before we even started talking about this. They was talking about, damn, I didn't even know it was Men's Mental Health Awareness Month until how many days into June we in? 12?
12 days. We recording this June 12th.
We was
we
like,
talking about shit. not just a year. I didn't even know about this until this year. I'm 23 years old.
23 years old, and we didn't even know Men's Mental Health Awareness Month was a thing.
Because granted, like, it's all kinds of little away from the national holidays. It's all kinds of random days,
right?
And National Brother Day, Best Friend Day. You know what I'm saying? Different months or whatever. But like the notoriety and just exposure from men's mental health, you would never know in June.
Okay, so
unless you're an actual therapist or something.
I got a question for you.
What's good?
And the audience, we also have an audience mic now, so that everybody who hear, if they want to butt in, they got a mic so that they can actually hear. Go ahead and say something today. Shout out
if
today.
any of the homies watching this and y'all want to be a member of the audience, let us know.
Oh, fuck, I forgot to tell Toon. My bad, Toon.
But we got you, Toon. We got you.
I want to ask you this. Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, right? Mm-hmm. Whose fault is it that we don't recognize it or acknowledge it or like bring it up? Who
I think well, first of all,
whose initial responsibility is it to bring that for?
I mean, okay, let me preface this by saying, first of all, like with any national month, especially for the awareness of something, like they have October is breast cancer awareness,
right?
You know what I'm saying, stuff like that. So like I don't even know, honestly, who comes up with the holiday.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So if you want to say initially, if I as a man don't know that the month exists, it's not on me to...
No. Oh, I definitely get it.
Yeah, I just feel like me as a man, if it's partially on us, because like once we do find out about it, we should do the, you know what I'm saying, reaching out and support and stuff like that. But on the initial, like you said, your question was initially, I think whoever, came up with the holiday or the awareness should get the notoriety out.
Because see, the thing is, the media pushes whatever it wants to push, right?
Exactly.
Like, that's how you become informed. So the question is, I think it's similar to like how I feel about women in the WNBA. Women watch TV more than men, yes or no? I'm pretty sure that's a fact. Women watch TV more than men statistically. If women watch the games and went to the games, that solves the problem.
Right.
Same way with men's mental health awareness. I think that you can't wait for somebody else to always say today, like if it's men's mental health awareness, then it is our responsibility to keep it at the forefront, because at the end of the day, like it's us. Like it's
about our mental health.
It's about our mental health. So I do think that it is men's responsibility to bring it forward more. But I think that it's going to stem from where I'm about to head with this conversation. Like, how do you feel? What is your viewpoint on men's mental health? Like,
just in general.
Like, the state of men's mental health in terms of how people view it, and yeah, that's really
so like I feel what you're saying, because basically, in terms of just mental health month, right? If we as a society, men and women included, old and young, took men's mental health more serious in general, I think especially during this month, the awareness would be.
Do you think it starts early as a kid? Because I see this all the time,
especially.
And I ain't gonna lie, I do it too. I'm not even gonna say it like I don't. I think that men are pushed to be not emotional, but we can't be emotional.
Yeah, I think
we definitely can be, but like how it's portrayed it seems like we can't. But at the end of the day, like, bro, it still goes with our mental health type shit.
Yeah.
So if you telling me like I can't express myself in a certain way type shit, now it's forcing me to hold shit in.
And then you bust.
Yeah,
exactly.
now goddamn, like I feel like I'm going crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like goddamn, like I can't talk to nobody.
It's like an overload.
Yeah,
It's
you know
an overflow of
like,
emotions.
But now since like I ignore all that shit or whatever. I like, even if like, you know what I'm saying, cause like, it'd be like toxic women out there or whatever. Like you may feel away and you express it. Oh, why you acting like that? You acting like that, bro. At the end of the day, I don't give a damn what
I may seem to be.
Yeah,
because I know what I am.
Yeah, because even if it's like just something simple or whatever, bro. Like if I feel away about it, I'm gonna feel away. Now it's really all about how you handle that.
It's about. Yes, because see, what makes men's reactions dangerous is the fact that we are physically capable of causing a lot of problems.
Yeah.
So that's why it's kind of prevented early. But I can tell you this, like now, like when the boys be tripping or crying, I'm like, bruh, stop all that crying. Stop all that crying. You feel me? And when the girls are like that, it's a lot less.
You're more willing to comfort a girl when she's showing emotions than young boys.
But see, I don't blame women for that, because like I just said, I am a part of the people because at the end of the day, there is nothing more annoying than a nagging ass dude.
That's true.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I think when you're young,
that's what it comes with. It's like it's not what you do, it's how you do it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Because like
you could, my
you good.
Because it's a way to like express. You know what I'm saying? How
your emotions, how you feeling,
whatever.
yeah.
But then like, you know, as a guy, if you feeling a way about a certain things, like, bruh, you could express how you can probably about it, then coming off like you complaining. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. That's I think
then that's
is
where
a
it becomes a
good
problem.
point.
Cause
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Bruh, come on, bro, you a grown ass man.
Exactly. Cause like what Jade saying, like, me and Joe can feel the exact same way about something that just happened to us, right?
right.
And if Joe comes off about it with a certain tone and I come off, you know what I'm saying, with a certain tone, one of us can seem like we're complaining and one of us is expressing our emotions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think, and then another quote that like I personally live by, like once I heard this, it really stuck out to me, is like, life is like 10% what happens to you, 90% how you react to it.
Yes.
You know
Because
what I'm
I ain't gonna lie.
And how you react doesn't necessarily go to literally like how, but maybe sometimes like what we're talking about, especially with men's and mental health and, you know, your feelings and stuff, is like how you're able to communicate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How you react.
Because, bro, you gotta think, like, even for me, myself personally, like, I don't get mad often.
Right. Me
But
either.
when I get mad, like, I explode. And a lot of times I end up doing or saying stuff that's just like, cause I done got so frustrated that I didn't, like you just said, with reaction.
You didn't have that time to release
The
before that.
reaction then caused more problems than what the initial
Exactly.
problem was to begin with. Like, I personally have to do a better job with, like, essentially just reacting according to what's happening and keeping it within the realms of what the issue is. Because, like, I'm a big person, and I know you are too. I'm a principled person sometimes.
Man, it affects me too.
Yeah,
So, like,
sure.
but then at
So-
the same time, like, you ever do something and then, like, cause I can get really mad, but I won't stay mad for long.
Yeah,
So once I
that's
calm
important.
down,
It's
now
like
you
not even
still
that
dealing
serious
with
no more, like-
you still dealing with the consequences of your reaction when you're not even mad no more.
Exactly.
You feel me? And all of that could have been prevented if it's like a simple, like, all right, like, that's one thing you got that down pat. I don't, you know, I've never had that down pat. Like, you can, like, Chuck has always been able to dead ass okay a person. And like it don't matter what they say.
Bro, my mama
that's a
told me
talent.
that
That's
shit
a
when I was
talent,
young.
bro.
I was like,
Bro.
even our friend DJ that was on the last episode, me and his mama, like, all three of us, we like real brothers. Like, I
Yeah.
swear to God, y'all, like, especially DJ, like, this man was my first friend. We've been neighbors
Yeah.
for 10 years before we
I
moved.
was the one that was tardy to that
Yeah,
party.
no cap.
I didn't meet them
So, like-
until 5th grade.
So, like,
They
his
was
mama,
already
like my
in for
mama,
years.
and we'll be talking and she'll be like she called me Chucky because all the real folks, if you know, you know.
Yeah.
She'd be like, you're literally the same as when you were a kid. Like, I would see y'all out, and even when we had AAU tournaments, whatever, folks can get to arguing, folks can get to joning, and once I feel like, okay, this is not worth my time anymore.
He'll
I'm done.
eject.
I swear to God.
He'll eject, and you not getting nothing else out of him neither.
It's like,
That's
for
not
me,
a lie, bro.
I swear to God, because like for me, bro,
not getting
for
nothing else out
me
of
and
him.
Joe had this talk like before we did one of the first episodes. Is like, if we getting into not necessarily even an argument, if we get into a discussion and it gets to a point where people are, I guess it's an argument. If you're
Just
arguing
heat it,
sides,
yeah,
and it's
just
like
hit the
me
fan.
personally, like my emotional intelligence, I guess it goes with, you know, like those types of discussions as well. Like, if I feel like we both come to a point where you're not open to changing your mind from the stance that you had going into this argument, nothing I can say can change your mind.
Exactly,
I'm not
at that
going to say
point.
anything else because I protect my energy. I guess that's the moral of the story.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't.
and he like, you gonna hear what I got to say,
You
whether you gonna agree or not.
Look.
And it's just like, I don't want to waste my
And
breath.
see, that's where me and him differ at. Like, he the type of person where if he recognizes the fact that you're not gonna catch it, then he moves
I'm not gonna
accordingly.
throw that shit.
I don't.
Maybe like,
I don't. You either gonna hear what I like. Cause see, my thing is,
It's like you forcing it down a nigga's throat, and it's like
it's cause to me, like, if I'm really going back and forth with you, it's like I feel like you're missing the point.
Yeah.
And all I really want for you
is to get the point.
to grasp the
But
point.
what I be saying, Joe, everybody's not here with us. So
Yeah.
if you're not even able, even if
okay.
you were able
Now-
to get,
now with that being
everybody's not
said,
able
now
to
with
get
that
the
being
point.
said, I do not debate with people that I feel like aren't intelligent though.
Yeah.
If I feel like you're not there,
I'm not gonna waste
then
my
I won't
time.
waste my time. But like, for example, even on the last episode when me and DJ was going back and forth, I know DJ is legitimately like the smart, like in terms of just like work ethic and education and books, he's the smartest person I know. So it's like I'll go back and forth with him because like even like somebody said in the comments as well, we read the comments, that's why we say comment.
Appreciate y'all.
They said they didn't necessarily agree with what DJ said, but he articulated his point so well that you understood where he was coming from.
And to that point, I think that goes into just the whole topic that we talking about in terms of the mental health, like being able to really articulate and communicate
how you
feel or whatever stance you have. Yeah.
So you said something interesting earlier that I wanted to kind of touch on too as well. You said you was referring to women.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you this question, and you can chime in too as well if you want. I hear all the time, I don't open up to women.
Mm-hmm.
I hear men say that they don't open up to women because they feel like it'd be thrown back in their face, right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
So, what is your take on that?
I think it's true. I think what the thing is, I think it can be true.
Yes. Okay.
I think for me personally, I have a woman that doesn't do that.
Right.
And I'm very grateful for that.
I wish I knew which
appreciate
wouldn't. Hopefully it's the car.
I didn't think it clicked it wrong.
What was that?
The boomts. I'm not joning about you, baby. He pressed the wrong button.
Hey, I don't have a mic, so I just literally clicked the button. I'm sorry.
You're good.
You know I rock with you.
Yeah, but like for me personally, I have somebody that not only I can open up to,
right,
and you know what I'm saying, she won't throw it in my face. She encourages that openness.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, our relationship is a safe space, and I really appreciate that.
And not to cut you off, but people really underestimate, like,
it's very valuable.
After a long day, to be able to just go to somebody
valuable.
And spill it.
Because that's
you don't even need advice.
No, bro, what you just said is so fat. Because like for men, right? Think about this on the flip side. Anybody out there with a girl, or you know what I'm saying, talking to somebody, y'all can relate. Your girl come home from a long day of work. Let's say even if you didn't work, or you did too sometimes, something happened to her at work, you hear the whole story, you going along with it. Not to say we not listening, of course we tapped in or whatever, and it's like something that could be, you know, maybe a minor inconvenience to them will really throw off their whole day. But it's like, niggas deal with it too. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes if I come home with a story, you don't want to listen, or, you know, well, not for me personally.
I get what you're saying in terms of like, we don't have, like, sometimes
we don't always have that same space.
Yeah, because honestly, even when it come down just like my homegirls and shit like that, it's just like, it just seems like if
it can be very one-sided.
Yeah, one-sided.
Me being there for you.
Yeah, and it's like somewhat inconsiderate, because it's like, damn, like you get on the phone, goddamn, you tell me everything.
Let me tell you about
what's going on, whatever. When I say one thing that, you know what I'm saying, like, part of like, you know, inconvenience me, like, damn, like, you bothered by that, like,
it's like, no way,
yes.
no way,
like,
yes,
what you mean?
no way.
Like,
yes.
Now let me interject here. I agree with everything y'all just said. But the only thing I would add to it, because I don't want to say a but, because it's not disagreeing, because I agree. I want to add on to it. I feel like also, though, as well, that's more of a human issue in terms of, because, okay, say if you open up to somebody and you give them like a dark secret or some shit like that. Men will throw it back in your face too. Like,
they will.
And I'm not even gonna sit here and cap to y'all. Like, me, Jade, Jaleel, all of us, bro. Like, y'all don't have the person Jade that's talking. I done told Jade I wish he died. like over a GTA, like over a GTA mission. Like, we the real deal. Over Grand Theft Auto, you know what I'm saying? Like, I done real deal went to war with my partners, some of my partners, and it's like we done said some dark stuff about each other and to each other. Our relationship is different, but I can say that we have done it and I have done it. So I don't just put it as if it's a women's.
No, it's
thing.
a human issue. Yeah,
it's a human issue, and it's about who you are as a human.
Because
whether or not you're a good human or not.
Exactly. Because like how we said, I have a relationship where that happens. I know other people that are in relationships, or even, you know, like they're not dating but they together or whatever. Like, they got that safe space. Yeah. And I think it comes down to the type of people that we are.
Well, I got one homegirl. I ain't gonna say her name, but bro, like if anything go wrong, like that's who I got to talk to you, cause just like, bro, for me, I don't look for advice, but I don't like to be the only person that knows what I'm going through, because I feel like
sometimes you need just a second, not even just an opinion, but just somebody to
just understand why I am the way I am. Like, in terms of like I do like figuring out life on my own. Like I don't look for a lot of advice, but I do look for somebody that knows how to listen.
Yeah.
Because I feel like in a lot of my friendships and stuff, like I am the person that people unload on, like people, and I am comfortable with that. Like,
and I think if somebody
to
comes to you, you give off the energy for it to be received, especially with people you close to and have that trust with.
And people know that because, like, bro, like I said, I understand. Like life is hard, and life. People don't understand, like, it's more than what meets the eye. Like, when you get to understanding why people, like, if I go to Target and somebody got an attitude, like, obviously, I feel like you shouldn't carry that attitude out
everybody
to the
has a
person.
background. Everybody has a story. Everybody has something. Everybody has something going on type shit. So that's why it's like, bro, like, whenever you do run into that person with, like, an attitude or something like that, because shit, bro, I run into these folks at the airport every day. You see what I'm saying? Like, bro, I don't know what the fuck going on.
You know what happened before they got to you.
Exactly, bro. So, like, bro, like, literally, bro, like, and I get cussed out every day, too. But, like, that shit don't, you know what I'm saying, faze me or whatever. But at the end of the day, it's like, bro, I know, like, you know what I'm saying, something else may be going on with you type shit or whatever. Like, because, bro, it's been so many times where I done helped, like, assisted an old lady or somebody who's like, oh, I just lost my son today. Oh, my bad. I ain't mean to take it out on you. Like, my daughter just, you know what I'm saying?
And people, they like real life shit.
And it's crazy because, like, with situations like that, of course, that's something dark. Yeah. And you wouldn't really know that from me. Like you said, it's more than meets the eye. But a lot of times, like, to go back to what you said today about, and what you said, too, about, like, unloading with people. And sometimes if it's males and females or males and males, sometimes, like, if me and Joe having a conversation and I just tell him everything that I done had going on, like I'm stressed out, whatever, right? Sometimes in those situations, like, it may feel weird for Joe to be like, okay, now that you done got your part off, let me tell you what I got going on. But I feel like sometimes it's on the person that's unloading, you got to ask. And that's the other thing that gets left out a lot. People don't ask.
Like, when it comes to that, you like be more considerate before like,
because I know me personally, like I'm a guarded person. You know what I'm saying? I can say that I'm more introverted than I am extroverted. Yeah. Some people that know me, like when we was talking about the money, she talking about that you. I used to be all off the chain. I'm the nigga making all the jokes. I can't stop laughing, whatever. But like as I got older, that shit just come. And honestly, even then, like I would do all that at school, and I would go home and chill. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm not out, I'm with the homie, I'm chilling. You feel me? So like, for me personally, I may not be always willing to give up information, right? Yeah. But if the right person asks me and gives me that space to,
bro, I ain't gonna lie. It's like as simple as, for example, like when women, like if I go out somewhere with a woman, like or something, like if we go to the movies, I'll pay for the movies. Her being like, hey, I got the snacks. I'm not finna let you pay for the snacks, but the fact that you even offered to pay for the snacks.
Hey, you a better person than me. Look, go ahead and get them snacks. Go ahead and get them snacks, bro.
For me, like, I just think, like, I'm a big person on actions. Like, if I see that if I see that you give a damn about meeting somewhere in the middle, then I'm a lot more open into doing more.
People don't want to compromise.
And that's why that brings us like to the topic of necessarily like, women do deserve to be courted in a way.
Oh yeah,
because like that like they definitely do. But you gotta, it's as far as like you gotta develop that. And you gotta develop that. Like, I can't pop off the relationship and I don't even know you like that. We ain't even argued one time yet. You know what I'm saying? Oh, what the hell? Bro, y'all, hey, no lie, a lizard just literally fell from out the sky and landed on the patio. Like, literally, real deal, just fell, bro. Damn.
That man was trying to sell it for insurance. I told y'all you can save 15%. Y'all was not listening.
Geico not bullshit. Hey, bro, like dead serious.
He probably just fell out one of these planes, bro. I swear to God.
Just fell, like, I don't know, bro.
Casually, bro, and then walked off, like.
Yes, bro. I don't like, shit, bro. But, damn, where was I at with it, though? Y'all remember that?
Courting women a certain way.
Yes. Women definitely deserve to be treated like queen, like, cause you know what I'm saying? Like you just said.
At the end of the day, first of all,
brings a lot of positivity to your life.
And in general, the world don't go around without women. So for sure, they deserve that energy.
They definitely deserve it. But like I said, just like with anything, like to deserve that energy,
stuff should be reciprocated.
It is like you can't pop it off Birkin bag.
As the first
I'm not. That's wild. That's wild.
What?
That's wild.
Birkin bag, girl. I don't even know your middle name.
And that's why you got to be on the wait list for that too. So it's like,
it's like it's just. But see, to me, is if I feel like you demanding that out of me, I won't talk to you. Like, because I'm not, this shit, like, our love shouldn't be based off of that though. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
That
the thing
shit-
is-
Why is
the
that?
thing
Then why is
is-
the Birkin bag entry level? Like,
The
why does
thing
that have to
is,
be entry
with-
level? Like,
with
to be
relationships,
fair, it's not mostly entry level, but
nah.
still.
With relationships, people always feel like things are like super transactional.
Yes,
in
and
terms
it's
of
not.
like, you give me this, I give you this, and of course it can be like that, right?
But not to
But
cut you off.
you
Please
could-
keep your point. I want to
I got you,
go
bro.
right there. Like, it shouldn't
y'all made
be
a point
tit for
about,
tat.
relationships
It should
being
be, I do what I
transactional.
want to do for you.
I just
You
wanted
do
to
what
say
you want to
that
do for
Exactly.
me.
As long as
and
we
that's-
both agree that both things that we're doing for each other works for us, we good.
We good.
And it doesn't, like, when I say, of course, for the most part, relationships are going to be some kind of transactional, right?
Yeah,
But,
like to the relationship with myself. So like you're bringing stuff. Made a point about relationships being transactional right now.
Facts.
And I just wanted to say, like, I feel like in a lot of relationships right now, women or a lot of men are asking for stuff a relationship that they can't bring. So
Yes.
it's like, I'm asking for you to do this,
Great
that, and the
point.
third for me, but I can't provide this for myself, like he said, or like to the relationship with myself. So like you're bringing stuff to the table, but you ask stuff to bring brought to the table.
You can only
Which not bringing it
request
to the table.
the amount that you bring in. Which
or
is,
if
which
it's
is
not
perfect.
the same amount, it got to be real close near. You know? What I
Yeah,
mean?
yes.
You know what I mean? Because I
Yes.
feel like that's a valid point. Because of course, in a relationship, you know what I mean. You're in an ideal relationship. You're having two things that are, I'm not going to necessarily say incomplete, but better together than they may be apart, right?
And that, well, yeah, that's the objective
You
of
feel
the
me?
relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
like-
because then, like, you know how, like, all right, I have no problem, like, just doing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, doing
But,
stuff
like, you know
for-
how, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you about to go do the dishes, and then your mom be like, hey, go wash
Go
some
do the dishes.
Yeah.
No,
That's
I don't
what
want
I'm
to
saying.
do
Yeah,
the
that's-
dishes no
It
more.
shouldn't feel
Like,
like it shouldn't feel like an obligation. What would you say?
Right.
Yeah.
No, I was just gonna say like to Ryan's point, if like some people just want, men and women just want somebody to do the other thing for them. They don't ever want to have to do it for themselves.
Yes.
But my thing is like, what are you doing for yourself right now when you're not in a relationship?
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Like if you don't like folding clothes, oh, I got my girl doing all the clothes for me, whatever. You don't ever feel like, you know what I'm saying? You can't do that just
I'm
once.
glad you said that because I'm gonna be real, like just to be realistic. Like obviously, I hope this podcast take off on YouTube and stuff. But like, I'm a teacher, which I feel like is a very important job. Like
Right.
I feel like it's an important job and an honorable job.
Yeah.
But like a teacher's salary is available on the internet. Like you can see what we're made, and it's a severely underpaid profession
Definitely.
for how important of a job it is. Right.
Right.
I said that to say, I know that like in order for unless like if we just speaking strictly off of my teaching money, there's no way that I can, and depending on what type of lifestyle we have, there's no way that I can completely carry the relationships
I'm glad
financial
you brought
weight
that up too. I'm glad
myself,
you brought
right?
that up too, yeah.
So with that being said, like this, we got to realize. Let's talk about it.
Call a spade a
So,
spade.
bro, this is not 1948 no more, bro. I'm not a man. The man isn't the only person at work, and the world doesn't cost. Like, for example, my great grandparents bought their house in Los Angeles for $10,000.
It's not happening.
That's a
In
down
LA.
payment. My
In
great
LA.
grandma didn't work, if I'm not mistaken. It was just my great granddad, and which I feel I want to get all the way through this. So like, I do believe if a man can't afford to do it, he should.
Right.
One,
yeah.
two, and you should carry the load for as much as you reasonably can. I ain't
Reasonably.
even asking for 50-50 split, but don't have me paying everything and I'm pretty much left with jack shit.
Exactly.
Especially if you're making a decent amount of money. And with that being said, I tell people all the time, and I think like that because I'm not finna have her washing all the dishes. I'll wash some dishes.
Thank you.
I'm not finna have you folding all the clothes. I'll fold some clothes. I'm not finna have you clean up the room. I'll clean the room. I'm not finna have you because people be like, yeah,
And
they gotta
then
take
what
care
you're
of the
saying,
kids. I'm gonna take care of
what
the
your
kids.
point is like, you're not gonna not do those all the time. Of
Yeah.
course, anybody can clean. Anybody can, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
people try to act like, all right, you do this every time. I do
Yes.
this every time.
Right.
You
but
gotta
at
you
the end
gotta
of the day,
pick
I
up
still
and
feel
mix
as
for
if-
for
I-
each other, bruh.
Right, and then thing it, but to go that's like, bro. At the end of the day, whatever happens, just like it's an individual being an individual because like nigga, if that person not here, how
How
is
else
it
is it
gonna
gonna
get
get
done?
done?
How is
Yeah.
this stuff
How
gonna
is it
get
gonna
done?
get done?
So if you don't know how to be like a proper individual and
You can be a good individual person within a relationship
I think a good healthy relationship is two completely independent people who learn how to work together.
and coexist.
and then but that's what compromise also come in.
Compromise.
Like,
Yes.
if you know how to compromise, or whatever. Okay,
That's very
cool. Like,
important.
Yes.
it's gonna be little to no issues than compared to like, oh, you supposed to do this or you supposed to do
Yeah.
that.
Every
type
time.
shit.
That's
Like,
all. That's my whole point. Like, a relationship shouldn't it shouldn't be absolute with certain things. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we said, like anybody should be applicable. Anybody's able to do different things. And I want to bring up another point that you talked about, Joe, in terms of the pay. Like, I want to say just specifically for our generation and the age we're at now, I think it's kind of unreasonable for some females to want a 23-year-old male to be able to fully support their whole life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, like you said,
Especially-
if I'm able and willing, if I'm making that amount, for sure. But 9 times out of 10, at 23 years old,
You're not-
we're getting
and-
into our starter pay. Like, we're able to support ourselves. Like, of course, somebody can have their own crib, have their own car, pay their own car note or whatever. But like, don't think I'm finna pay all of yours
but those
as well.
type of
Because
people,
you got-
but those type of people lack a certain awareness, though. You know what I'm saying? Because if you just expect these type of things, like, bruh, but just
Where do
like
you
how
think
we
this is
were
gonna
able-
come from?
Yeah, this how we were able to acknowledge the fact, like, it's not a certain time period or whatever. It's like. We're not like they're not acknowledging the fact that we're living in this day and age and this is what's going on and all these other type of variables, whatever type shit. Like, yeah, we're able to acknowledge that type of shit, but it's
Yeah.
like, bro, like let's
And
really
I'm gonna be
realistic.
real. And I'm gonna be real. I want to be fair because there are, just like how women say niggas ain't shit, quote unquote. There are a lot of women who agree with what, like, in terms of like they understand that everything is not gonna be
Yeah, for a
like,
fact,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying. So I don't want to make it seem like that's for everybody. It's just obviously the negative gets a lot more attention, like, period.
Yeah.
So I do want to bring that forward, but nonetheless though, like, even now, for example, like me, I make a decent ass amount, not to count my pockets, for a person my age,
Right.
and I still can't.
Do certain things.
I still can't completely fund your life. And another thing is too, I think that people are so used to people who scam. People who scam do not work. Look, all power to you. Nigga, get your bread.
Yeah,
This
you
is
live.
not a judgment thing, but you
I'm
don't
judging.
work
Fuck
for your
that.
bread, bro.
I'm judging, bro.
You don't
No,
know.
bro.
And the reason why I said it, bro, you don't, like, I get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, I go to work, and I don't get home till like 7 o'clock, bro.
Yeah.
And if me and you working out, we don't get home till 8.
Yeah, real
so I'm
deal.
out from 6 to 8. Like, my money is a lot more precious than somebody who just pulled a couple strings, like, on some illegal shit, and that's not comparing. That's just what, like, you view money differently.
But
when
yeah, that's
you
why I
spend
said
it,
for the
when you take
majority
all
of
day.
people our age, we're living a
Yeah,
reasonable way.
that's the thing. That's why I say, like, bro, I'm judging. Of course, like, yeah, get your bread. You got bread. There's nothing wrong with having bread, but like, it's a different pride and ego. You know what I'm saying? When
you earn your
that
bread,
motherfucker,
bruh.
you know what I'm saying? Because like, if you scamming, like, you spend it, you just
You
spend
spending
it.
it. It's
gonna go
You know what I'm
out,
saying?
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's like without a care in the world, because you know, like, the next guy.
Next thing, yeah, I'm just gonna hit somebody
I'm
else
gonna get
shit,
another
bro.
5
Yeah.
bands. I'm gonna get another
Yeah,
10.
no, I'm not
type
getting
shit.
that another check to the 15,
So
and that next check after that, I'm not getting no more money. I mean, not like, obviously, like, that's not counting like any side hustle, but as far as your just job, you're
Yeah,
not
that's
touching
it,
no
like,
more
that-
bread
yeah.
again till the 30th.
And I wanted to bring up something too that just, I think, coincides with the earlier conversation in terms of, like you said, if things are 50-50 or 70-30, whatever it may be, right? Just to relate it back to the mental health aspect, sometimes with women, and well, I'm specifically talking about men's mental health, right? Sometimes with women, they may want you to carry so much of the load, right? Like, let's think about what we was talking about earlier, where a girl is more likely to release and vent and talk about what she got going on, but when it's our turn, it's not always the same energy or not.
It's
I'm
not
not always presented that space.
It's not.
to
It's not
talk.
as thoroughly. You don't feel like it's as thoroughly.
Just available. You know what I'm saying? That space isn't always available.
Yeah, even not even just available, but I'm trying to say, like, I'm trying to let me know if this is what you're trying to say. Like, it's not as, you don't feel like your word is as heard as you make people feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or the other
You
way
know
around.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's
And so take that example, right, where you as a man may feel like I'm not giving the space to really talk about how I feel and the things that are bothering me or just what's
Right.
going on, right? But I already, you know what I'm saying, I'm not giving that space. Then you want me to carry so much of the load around the house and in the relationship.
right.
Then you don't know what I got going on at work or just in society as a black man because you see how shit is.
And
tough
he's
out
just
here.
speaking in general.
Yeah,
He's
just in
it's
general. I'm
it's
not saying
specific situations.
but I'm like, I just wanted to say all that to say sometimes a woman may not understand everything that we go through outside of the relationship.
Yeah.
So they feel like for example, I
If
brought
you
that all up
short,
to
they
say
think you just being short in a
exactly, with
relationship. Like,
them.
nah, it's just
It's like, yeah, like you,
I'm
like,
just
bruh,
going through stuff as
I'm
well.
already,
type
I'm
shit.
already done. I already had to go through this BS at work. My supervisor all on my ass, whatever, or they bugging me about the quota, whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? Then I get pulled over for some shit that I didn't do. You know, because I'm speaking of stuff that actually happened to me.
Shit that just happens.
You know what I'm saying?
real
I'm
life
around
shit.
you. I'm supposed to act
And
like
then
that.
and it's like
this
when
shit
you
is
ask
cool,
what's
like,
wrong, it's like, you know, I just wanted to say that, like, sometimes, and I know a lot of times it doesn't happen, but just I wanted to speak that for the ladies. Like, sometimes just be mindful of stuff that may have happened when you're not around, and like if you're not always giving, you know what I'm saying, your significant other or even friends or stuff like that space to be able to talk about things. You don't be too upset when, you know, we may not be in the best mindset. We may have like a, you know, like an attitude of just not feeling our best selves, because you never know what's going on.
And then even just to go back on your point earlier, like this, it goes back. I just feel as if it goes back just like how we just conditioned as we were raised.
It's coming
like,
up. Yeah.
It does have a lot to do with us,
because like just like
which is a lot of men's fault.
Yeah,
which is
and
men's fault.
And I feel as
raising the
if
boys.
like, you know, with that happening, like, you know, we've made women and that not unintentionally selfish when it came, you know, when it comes to
to stuff like that.
Because it becomes the norm.
Inconsiderate as well, you know what I'm saying? So
that's why I wanted to say that, because
so
it's not,
it's
y'all aren't
definitely
meaning
unintentionally.
to. Yeah, you're
That's
not
why
meaning
it's
to.
not-
That's the moral of what we're
It's
saying.
not like they do it on purpose, like, oh, you a nigga, that you're not supposed to feel
Yeah,
that way.
nah.
But due to the fact, like, we've catered to their emotions so much,
Yeah.
you know what I'm
They
saying?
feel like
And
that's what
our
it's supposed to
emotions
be.
are not catered to.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest with you at all. And like I said, I do have to be, because y'all, like I said, like my whole life pretty much revolving around kids. Like everything I do is pretty much I'm working with kids, and I do have to be more mindful. But
you're a bigger role model, and you know what I'm
bro,
saying.
what?
And that
I
life
know
as
people
well,
don't.
like,
People don't really realize like everything that they see. Like that's why I like doing what I do, because I ain't in the NBA. I didn't make the league, but I'm really out there though. Like not even to toot my own horn.
And I ain't gonna cut. That shit be making me happy when I be seeing like certain shit like your students be doing. I be like, damn, bro,
It just
like,
be cool, bro. Like
It's
them
cool.
kids, bro. Kids are like the most genuine, bro. Like,
pure, bro. Like you
pure, like a kid, but like a kid to tell you about yourself, but
Nah,
not
they gonna
mean
keep it
no
100.
harm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Keep it
They'll
100.
real deal coming to you, be like, you don't eat a lot, huh? I be like, nah. They're like, nah, I be eating. Why? You skinny. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
They're making
they'll
their
kick it to you.
observation.
They gonna kick it to you. Like they gonna kick it to you on some real stuff, bro. And kids just like, bro, I love the kids, bro, because like just as like I use that example, bro. Like they be writing me letters and they just say like some stuff
What's up?
that can really just like
pull your heartstrings.
just pull your
bro.
heart, bro. So like a lot of that has to do, like we have to do better, like
I think
men and women.
like with our generation, I can't say though, like how it's men's mental health month now going on, and we're aware of it now. I think our generation is kind of pushing the forefront in terms of, I mean, not just our generation, because there's people older, like, you know, like for example in the NBA you had Kevin. I'm happy that, you know, people like you got Kevin Love, you had DeMar DeRozan in the NBA. A couple football players talked about it too. I'm not sure about the specifics, but in terms of us doing our part as men to make sure that awareness, because that's what we talked about.
Because
to start off
like
the
we said earlier,
conversation.
yeah, it's our job as men and men in media
Definitely.
to push the men's mental health awareness, because bro, I ain't gonna lie, like
And just the conversation about it.
your mental space is your livelihood.
Yeah.
Like
If you're not in a
fuck
good
sick.
mental, you can't, a lot of the things you normally do, you can't operate. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You can't, and do it to your best of your ability. A lot of people, as we speaking right now, are just doing things to get by. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, not necessarily, of course, everybody don't enjoy everything that they do, but you're not even in all of the right mindset to do it to the best of your ability. And that's what
Yeah.
we're trying to make sure, just like,
And then like having
comfortable.
having your mental straight, bro, is definitely like a big thing. It's not something that like you can like push off to the side, or I'm gonna
Yeah.
do this
Yeah, no,
Tuesday,
you
and
gonna
shit
feel
like,
nah, you
the
gonna feel
effects
that.
of a
Wherever
bad
you
mental
at,
space is
wherever
gonna
you're at,
affect your
exactly.
Your
because,
mind
like,
is
literally,
it.
like with everything else, like, bro, if you can't take care of yourself, like, you know what I'm saying, like just like, you know, physically, or you know what I'm saying, or financially, and you know, in other aspects or whatever, like how the hell you gonna expect to take care of yourself, you know what I'm saying, mentally, if you
Yeah.
ain't even touched that yet. So like,
I'm glad you just said that.
yeah, so like overall, if you're not able to take care of like yourself, like how the hell you expected to be there for somebody else, or like take care of somebody else, or, like as if like your family, your kids and stuff like that, if you're not even all the way there mentally.
Let's take that into the father's direction.
Exactly. So I wanted to say, like, how we was talking about, especially like you with the kids, right? I think one, how we the one thing that's been kind of a recurrent theme in this, you know, on this topic is society's view on mental health of men and boys. We're gonna put that in,
Right.
you know what I'm saying,
Right.
that category too. And a lot of that it starts off in the home. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Before it gets out to society, before your neighbors or your friends or, you know what I'm saying, girlfriends or
Dad
able to
has
talk
to
about
set the
it
tone.
starts at home. You know what I'm saying? For the father that are there, it's on them to make it like, okay, I'm gonna bring it back to the conversation you brought up with the kids. You talking about earlier how some of your kids will cry. You be like, stop that crying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's a way like it's
to
okay for
express your
boys to cry.
emotions.
It's okay for men to cry, right? As long as your reaction after that, you know what I'm saying, just matches your emotion and you're able to compartmentalize it and make sure that you're good. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to react a certain way because you're feeling all hostile or volatile.
It's the
stuff like
father's
that.
job to teach the son how to correctly
Manage his emotions.
manage their emotions, and that's
and
not
communicate.
that's not
and
to
the mother,
suppress
but-
your emotions.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it also goes with like, bro, being like as corny as it says, and it's easier said than done, but like be the change that you want to see.
Yeah,
Type shit.
definitely.
'Cause,
Set
like,
that example for your kids.
Yeah, cause like I mean,
the
cause of
youngers
course, like
around you.
it's easy to come out in the world and conform to like what society,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
like puts on you type shit.
Yeah.
But if you're like making a conscious decision, to, like, man, forget that. I'm not
Yeah.
about to, like, you know what I'm saying.
It's
'Cause at the end of the day-
accountability.
It's
Yeah,
accountability
like
for sure.
you're holding yourself accountable for the most part, and then it's like, all right, when you recognize that like somebody else. Now you can at least put them up on game or whatever
Yeah.
stuff like that. So like they can't. So like, at least they have the knowledge to whatever.
To
you
know
what
that
I'm
what's
saying?
out there and know
Exactly.
what
So
to-
when
how
shit
to
do
move.
hit the fan or whatever, they
They
can't
know
say
how to
like, ain't
react.
nobody told me
me.
nothing.
Yeah,
Facts.
you got to be able. Yes, 100%. And a lot of children's bad behavior is repeated behavior from what they see at home,
Exactly.
from their
And
father.
don't know it's
and
wrong.
like a lot of times, like you might see kids hit a girl, like a boy hit a girl,
Mm-hmm.
and then you mess around and learn more about the child, and you find out that in their household it's actual
That's what's
problem.
normal.
The dad is beating the mom.
Right.
You feel me? Like people don't really realize, like, kids, just like how you learn how to speak. You learn how to speak. You don't just come one and you like, shit, now I know how to say hi,
Yeah.
hello. No.
You've been hearing other
You've been
people
hearing
say
and
it.
seeing other
You've
people
been
do
seeing
this.
them talk their
That's-
interactions.
and that's
It's
how
the
you
same
learn.
thing.
So these kids, you gotta, like, as a father, you really have, like, a father is so, can be so important, like,
Yeah.
to your mental health, like, just figuring stuff out. Like,
Because I can speak from experience. Like for me personally, right? Me and my pops was like this. That's my dog. Like
Yeah, me and my dad
I'm
close.
Charles III. He Junior. Like we literally, I
must
can't
be
get no
nice.
closer. Yeah.
Must
so
be
like,
nice.
so like, I can say that growing up, I can remember certain talks that we've had or certain themes that he's kind of instilled in me. And like, going through college when I was, what I'm saying, by myself, I would literally had times I wouldn't even have to call him because I was just like in my head. It's things that he would say or little sayings or phrases that'll keep
That
me
you would
locked-
hear?
Yeah, just what I'm saying, keep me locked in. And just I say all that to say, like, especially from a male's perspective, bro, your pops or whoever that father figure is in your life, that word means so much, bro. And like, especially when it comes to mental health, it's things that you may go through that you feel like, especially if it gets to a point where you're in a society or in an environment where it may not be encouraged for that man or whoever, you older than that you
Yeah.
trust, for them to say that, hey, stuff gets like that, and you good.
And then, cause like, bro, when it comes well, to me, how I see it's like, bro, when it comes like your father's like, bro, that they approval, like me, like
Really
literally,
means
like,
Your
literally
dad is like your
everything to
initial
you.
hero.
You know what
No,
I'm
Like,
saying?
for real.
you think like when you see somebody, like when you think of a man, you think of your dad.
Bro,
Like,
I
that's
literally,
what you think.
I remember vividly, bro, sitting in the backseat of my dad's Lexus, bro. Like I was probably like 7 or 8, bro. I vividly remember asking him the question, like, bro, are you a superhero? Because literally,
what-
every
so you
question,
feel.
like every question I had for this, like he had an answer for it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
And
it
if
may
I
have
don't
been,
know,
like,
I'ma figure it
basic
out.
Questions or
Yeah.
whatever, but it's like literally he had.
It
an
feels
answer
like
for it, bro.
yes.
So it's like so that validation, that approval type shit or whatever.
matters.
Cause like y'all said, y'all have a relationship with y'all, you know what I'm saying, y'all dad
Yeah.
or whatever. I mean, of course
Yeah.
like, but it's overall, it's like, bro, like.
Everybody don't have that.
Yeah,
That's why I
everybody-
had to mention father figures. It's just,
Yeah,
what
so
I'm
it's
saying, some
like-
older people you can trust for sure.
Cause I mean, my dad's not fucking perfect. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna
Yeah.
sit here and drag him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I just, his case is, I always say this, like, I don't blame people for not knowing. I blame you for not wanting to know.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, like,
That's
bro,
a
like
great
if you
way
knew,
to
like
put
if you didn't know, you know what I'm saying? That's completely fine.
But at that
But-
point, take accountability for not knowing, and
especially
fix it.
especially if there's been a situation, you've seen a situation that's been presented to you to where like you can be in a better situation, you can't handle situations
And
better.
chose not to.
And
You chose not to.
and
So
you
you-
still
That's
went the other
unforgivable.
way. Yeah,
Yeah.
you went the
That's
other way
the
anyway.
unforgivable part.
Like, bro, like
not unforgivable, but that's the part that's you like, okay, now you're real, now you're genuinely wrong.
exactly.
Now
You know
you're
what saying?
Now you're
'Cause
truly
now-
wrong. You wasn't ignorantly wrong from not knowing. Now you know and you still
Right, because now you're beyond the point of like I'm just doing the best I can. No,
Yeah.
you're just full of shit at this
Yeah.
point. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And it's like so like when you like that validation and approval from like you know what I'm saying your father whatever. It's like bro, like
'Cause-
it's everything.
Yeah, because I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like anything I try to do, my dad is like 1,000% behind it. Like that's one thing I can always say
That
with my dad.
support
Bro.
helps,
It don't
bro.
matter what it is. Like when I wanted to be a gamer, like when I wanted like streaming stuff, he was about to buy all the stuff. I told him, hold on, let me figure out that's really what I want to do. But it's just like,
Right.
and
to
I,
have that support, bro. Just
I think
just to know.
that like you never know. Like my dad's like willingness to kind of like push whatever I go. Like this podcast we might end up with a TV show.
Okay.
And you know, like everything y'all see is my dad's shit. This, the camera,
The soundboard.
He bought the soundboard for me. The wire to connect to the camera, the camera, all the tripods, all
Everything
of this
but
is
the
just-
extra cameras we got.
Yes,
It's OG.
it's his stuff.
You know what I'm saying?
You know
We
what I'm saying?
appreciate that.
And that's really
Yeah, he even gave him a gimbal because he
and that's
doing his
really
thing.
wild. That's really wild to like see and know because like bro, when I was trying to join like the basketball team, just going to get a fit, nigga, you better make this shit, bro. Like bro,
Yeah.
like, you nigga like, and you know how much
like
pressure
that.
that shit put on me. It's
exactly,
like just
yeah.
like
I think-
now I'm in goddamn training. I mean practice or whatever and shit like that.
You feel like you
Like-
being judged. I ain't gonna lie. Your parents have to make you feel like that. That has to be your most judge-free area.
Cause now I feel like I can't do it.
Exactly.
And if
You
you
see
can't
it?
go to them, who are you gonna?
That's
go
why
to?
it all starts in the household. To bring the whole point back. You know what I mean? Like showing your kids, men and women. You know what I mean? Especially raising a young boy, because that's the main topic that we talking about. Showing them, everybody has emotions, and that's why it's so interesting when on the topic of men's mental health and especially the stigmas that go around now is like men are supposed to be so tough, and so it's like everybody's human.
Yeah.
Everybody has emotions.
Everybody
I don't
has
know
a breaking
why-
point.
I don't know why we feel like, or society feels like we just are
Like as if
automatically
just roll
more
out.
Right, like when
thicker,
shit
you know
hit
what I'm
the fan, I don't know
saying?
why they
Thicker
did that. Like, it was like, bro, this
Yeah,
man
I'm-
is just stressed like fuck. He
Yeah.
got to deal with this. You know
All
what I'm
it
saying?
is, bro, it's
Like,
life.
bro,
It
what
real,
the hell?
real life. Like, and like, since the fact that you're a man, you're supposed to be so strong. Like, bro, I'm not gonna lie. It's okay to not be okay.
Yeah.
It's just about figuring out
how you gonna deal with
how
not
to
being
deal with
okay
not
to
being
get
okay
back to being
effectively.
okay. Yeah,
exactly. And because you don't want to. A lot of times, you end up not okay, and you end up making a
Pressing the wrong
decision
buttons.
from a not okay mindset, and you
Right.
fuck yourself over, bro.
Yeah.
Long term.
Yeah.
Right,
Some
and I
people
tell-
long term screw
And,
themselves.
bro, I tell folks all the time, like, bro, it's okay to get knocked down, bro, but it becomes a problem when you stay down.
when you
bro.
stay there, yeah,
Like, you don't wanna get
have
back
to
up.
get
Yeah,
bro.
cause like, bro, like at that point, like one, you're not even helping yourself at this point, and now
you're not hurting no, bro. Your life is your life.
Yeah.
Nobody else. I
Whether or
would
not-
never
'cause the
wake up
thing-
and be Chuck or Jade.
Exactly.
I would
and
never
It's like,
wake
it's
up
like
and
what we
do
said earlier. Life is that 90% how you react, 10% what happens
Yeah.
to you. And like you said, like if you get used to being down, maybe like something may happen to you that wasn't your own fault. But
Ain't no
if
such thing
you
as
don't,
pity in this
if
world.
you
No,
don't,
it's not.
if
It's
you
not.
don't work to get
None.
yourself back up, it no longer becomes something else. Nobody else's problem. It's your problem.
Yeah.
Even though somebody else
Because
may have
I'm honest
caused
with
it.
you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got knocked down.
You got to be the one to be accountable for making sure that you're straight.
You got knocked down. You got knocked down.
right.
I got knocked down. He got knocked down. He got knocked down. You're not the only person that's been knocked down.
Exactly,
So you
bruh.
can't. Everybody's not gonna. That's for. I know you remember that whole little situation, but like everybody doesn't have time to worry about you.
Yeah.
If I am
Got my
stressed the
own
hell
shit I
out
gotta
myself,
deal with. Yeah.
like my life. At the end of the day, the most important life to you is your life. That's not to say
Definitely.
that you don't value my life
Exactly.
extremely highly, but at the end of the day,
It can't
your
be
life
more
is
important
your
than mine.
responsibility.
Right.
If you not valuing your life, then this don't even work. Because like if you not doing what you're supposed to do, then this whole podcast period is not even a thing. You cannot be there for the next person unless you're there for
You
yourself.
have to make yourself your number one
Definitely.
You
priority.
have to make yourself the number one priority. That doesn't make you selfish. That makes you a capable human being of sustaining ups and downs, bro.
Yeah.
Exactly, cause and I tell my little brothers like, bro, like just cause like my dad had stole money from me, you know what I'm saying, back when I was 18 or whatever
Yeah.
and shit like that. I could sit here and say like, bro, like I'm fucked up because this nigga stole,
Yeah,
you know what I'm
exactly.
saying or whatever.
But what you
but
gonna
like,
do after that happens?
But from
You-
that
the money
point,
not coming, so
exactly.
it
like,
is-
from that point in time to now, like, bro, I could have been got that money back and then
doubled and tripled
exactly
it.
based
But
off
you're
what
so
I'm
busy
doing.
complaining
You're not trying to change nothing.
Exactly.
But like we said, it's okay to feel the emotion.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not
Initially,
okay to make the
to
for the
stay
situation
in
to
that.
stop you.
Yeah.
Acknowledge
You know
it for
what
what
I'm
it is, but you also gotta realize, like, bro, you gotta keep it pushing too, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Life ain't
yeah,
gonna
like
stop.
this is some bullshit, but
Life ain't
like,
gonna stop.
just keep it
I
pushing.
wanted to bring up. It was a point. We had talked about it on the episode that didn't even air actually on Kendrick's album, Father Time, because we still talking about fathers and stuff. And one I wanted to bring up again. I gotta make the point because then y'all ain't hear it the first time. You feel me? I really, really, really fuck with that song, bro, and I feel like it's gonna age like wine in the sense like people are really gonna appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? As it goes older, I feel like it's gonna be like the male version of like Tupac's Dear Mama, or you know what I'm saying, how rappers usually got that song about appreciating their mamas. And I'm not saying the mamas don't deserve their respect.
No, they
do.
1000% do. But there are a lot of good dads out
Exactly.
here.
They don't get the same love.
We finna talk about that when he finished his statement
exactly.
too.
But I wanted to say how Jade said, like, you got to keep it pushing, shit don't stop, because like it was a lyric in that shit where Kendrick was like, I was never fed with no silver spoon. My pop's mom died, and I asked him why he went to work so soon. Oh no, it wasn't no silver. He said my pop's mom died, and I wonder why I had to go to work so soon. And he said, the bills don't stop. You know what I'm saying? We ain't born no silver spoon. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get, like, in that situation, that's talking about everything we just talked about.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to the pops.
Shout out to the pops, man. Happy Father's Day, because another episode not gonna come out before Father's Day. So, salute to the pops out there. You know what I'm saying? All the good dads out there. You feel me? And happy Father's Day, man.
Definitely.
So we gonna
And Juneteenth, because it's on the
Oh yeah.
Got
But look. The next episode. Get ready. Get ready. I'm telling you, we got Dr. Heckenthal. It's gonna get crazy, but
hella black.
You talking about black? I'm talking about black. He got the black info for y'all for sure.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
So
hold on, move that, Ryan. It's feedback from the mic.
So yeah. So instead of a would you rather question, well, we're gonna still do a would you rather question, but it's gonna be a little sports related. Little sports related in honor of the finals.
Facts, because you know we some hoop heads.
Yes. So you have a light skinned brother down there in the Bay.
In San Francisco.
He number 30.
Okay.
A couple of y'all know him. His name is Wardell Stephen Curry.
Right.
And then you have another brother,
Brother Irvin,
who survived the impossible at the time. Magic Johnson.
Right.
So the debate, or the question I have to ask is, who would you rather start your franchise with, Stephen Curry or Magic Johnson?
For me, personally, it's crazy though, because like this is a really good question, because both people changed the game. You know what I'm saying?
On their own way.
In their own ways. Magic brought a faster pace. He brought the literally Showtime. Like,
Yeah.
he was one of the first niggas to really have that street ball type play in the league. But for me personally, in the game where it's played right now, I'm gonna go with my brother Wardell.
You going Wardell?
Because I think one, Steph is a great passer. I'm not saying he's on Magic's level, don't get me wrong, but he's a great passer too. But I think having a shooter like that, I can surround the other pieces around. Like, I feel like, one, it's not gonna be easy to find either or. You know what I'm saying? But I think we ain't never seen no shooter like him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say we've seen closer people than Magic. I mean, to Magic.
Well,
I can find a more willing passer. You get what I'm saying?
You have, but I'm gonna counteract your point with this.
Mm-hmm.
A Magic Johnson type of player. Okay, for example, his rookie year.
Mm-hmm.
Magic Johnson's rookie year, Kareem got hurt. They put Magic at center. That boy went for like 40.
He had 30.
Magic. What was it? 42, 15, 7.
Rookie year in
Rookie
the finals.
year, put that boy
Playing
at
the
center
position
when
he
Kareem
ain't
got hurt.
played since grade school.
Yeah.
You can't deny that.
Yeah, like that's the one to me, because and then I just look at it like this. Imagine, like, I look at what Magic did, because what Magic did have down pat too was the sky hook.
Oh yeah, that's what I said.
From
He
Kareem.
brought out Kareem shit for the
From
final. Like, that's
Kareem. Like,
crazy.
he hit one of the game. When is with
Yeah,
that joint?
facts.
He hit
Facts.
it.
Yeah,
So
he
like,
hard.
I do think, like you said, it is like a matter of preference. I
think first you can't go wrong either way. Let's just say that. Hell no.
Hell no. I think that, but I think that it just depends on like how you want to, because Steph play off ball a lot.
Exactly.
Steph actually play off ball more than he play on ball.
But the thing I enjoy is just as a basketball player between both of these players is like, with Magic's passing and Steph's, even though he's a great shooter, he's still a very willing passer as well.
Yeah, no, he's like the most unselfish superstar.
Yeah, and like the ball movement from either two players is gonna be immaculate. For you to be starting start a team off like that.
You can get a good passer. But to be fair though,
But
Magic did more than just pass though. I don't want to limit his stuff down to
that's just what
pass.
he's known for.
He was 6'9", 6'10".
He was a great defender.
Passer, defender, like, and he scored the ball. He just couldn't shoot. But I do think that if he was in this age,
This era, he will.
there's
alter
more
his game.
focus on shooting.
He will alter his game.
So the game would be altered. Like so.
You gotta think when he was playing.
Into account.
I don't even remember what year, but the 3-point line
Draymond has hit more threes than Michael Jordan
in the playoffs.
So
Are you saying
just
about
to
in the
give you-
career? Or
I know. For
I thought it was a playoff stat.
I don't know. I don't
it
know
was
if
a
it's
playoff
career.
stat.
Shit, it's probably career though too. It makes sense. The one I seen is playoffs, but it makes sense for it to be career. They say Michael Jordan
man
Jordan
was a
did not
mid-range
shoot threes.
assassin.
You gotta think the game when he went like this, he had like 4 or 5 threes in the first.
Yeah,
I'm like,
and that was
that
crazy.
shit is getting done.
That
all the
nigga would
time,
get
bro.
your ass 63.
On straight twos. Straight mid work.
Mid-range assassin.
Straight mid work, bro. But y'all, I think that about conclude this episode.
That's all, folks.
I gotta shout out my folks again. Ryan, Bub, Jade. Jade had to dip out, but Ryan, you can come get in the camera real quick if you want.
Facts.
Y'all already know Bub. Bub don't have
you
to
feel
keep
me?
getting in the camera. Y'all already know Bub. Bub shot it. You know what I'm saying?
Always.
And like I said, shout out to my dog Jade. Jade, he had to dip. He had to go to the movies, but shout out Jade for pulling up. Shout out Imperium. Shout out MND.
MND.
You know what I'm saying? Like, subscribe, comment, turn notifications, all that again. I know I said it at the beginning. All that again.
Appreciate
you feel
y'all.
me? And
Thank y'all. That's a wrap.